Okay.
Oh,
I see it now.
Yay! Okay. Hey, everybody. It's Tuesday, September 23rd. Wes and April are going to talk Playdate. Probably for not very long. And officially, I'm in my kitchen, and we just sat down to eat, so I may actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
School just finished, so we're still in the classroom. We just got done with school at 7.
Oh my gosh. I did have Makers Club after school today, but it's just till 4:30. So. And instead of 30 kids this year, I have 16, and it's a world of difference. Oh
Really?
Oh yeah.
Having a smaller group is better.
I was done last year, but you live and learn, so that's okay.
2 months.
Yes. Okay, so I'm trying to see Adam. Okay, I'm trying. I've got several Adam Rogers that I've got in my Google list, and I had to look and see what is. He doesn't have an avatar, so I'm going to see if I can. Adam Rogers, if you are waiting to be invited, I think I'm inviting you now. And if anybody else is watching and wants to be invited to jump in, feel free. So, how's the school year going for you so far?
Good. So far, so good. What?
Same teachings, assignments, and everything, or
one section of high school, I would teach botany zoo, and so 8th grade science, and then the botany zoo, and then. Sorry.
You like to see yourself, Mom? It's fun to see yourself on the video.
Yes, he thinks it's cool. Let's see here. I'm going to teach in a botany zoo, and then I have my 8th grade science. So, pretty in science department chair thing again, and now I do the iPads, but now I've got the Chromebooks too that I'm managing. So, but.
Could you get more technology, please?
Google Classroom launched, August something this year, and it's set up and running, been going for about 2 weeks now for me.
And then what do you think? Because I have not talked to anybody who's actually using it.
Yeah, I'm using it. I like it. I never used Edmodo. I never got on the bandwagon. I always used my website and did this and that, but this is so much better. So much better.
Good.
Plus, I'm able to send links to the kids, and we've got the Chromebooks so they can get on. I mean, hopefully we'd have more access at home. It'll be even better.
Yeah.
Really get some stuff done, but they get on the Chromebooks and they go to the site and the feed and everything.
So maybe we should do a Google Classroom.
It'll be quick, but I can show them, I can add the Flubaroo, and I don't know a lot about Doctopus, but I could tell them that's another add-in.
Hey, I did my first, what was it called? Autocrat. You know about Autocrat?
Mm-mm.
It's a mail merge. So, for my Makers Club, I did an online application, and then I needed to send my acceptance letters and my sorry, wish I could have taken you, but we couldn't letter.
Yeah.
You have the spreadsheet with your data, and you have your Word document or your Google document with a template, and then you have little, basically 2 less than, 2 greater than signs or whatever opposite, just carets. And you do a mail merge, and so it created, what did I have, 53 PDFs, zip file download.
Cool. Was that with Doctopus or that was something else?
Drag to the print. Autocrat, A-U-T-O-C-R-A-T, and it's the mail merge for Google Docs. Yeah. Okay. So what I think tonight basically.
Okay. So it's another add-on.
Yeah, you can put it on as an extension. So I think the main thing tonight is talk some of those logistics things to make sure that we're in order. We've got 15 people registered, which is great. I think we'll probably get a few more as we.
How many? That's what I was going to ask. I haven't. I'm going to send it out to all my people. Hopefully some of them will show up. We have Saturday school that day, so the kids will be all up. They won't be in that hall, but we might have a couple kids around, but maybe they could help or something too. So, yes.
Well, and last time we did 3 sessions. I say we just have we just run 2 sessions at a time.
Okay.
Keep it small, and we can do some initial. There were a bunch of tweets yesterday with people suggesting.
I saw that. I didn't know what Gaffy was. And then I realized it's Google Apps. I had to look it up, and I was like, oh, I know what that is. I just didn't know the acronym.
I mean, we almost could be together. Last time, I didn't get to hang out with Vanessa at all.
Right.
Or you didn't get to hang out with Vanessa.
No, you. I didn't get to hang out with you.
I felt like she got
It's our date night. I didn't get in.
Yeah, date night. We were in the wrong rooms. Okay.
I
So,
know. I felt like we weren't. I think we missed out on some stuff.
right. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, we could choose. I think we have like maybe three sessions or 4 sessions. I forget what the schedule. I mean, we could almost just pick some umbrella things. And then just do that and just be in the same room. Here's my thing, like, I just don't want to get into the direct instruction mode. Because the Ed Camp in Stillwater was really great last Saturday.
I missed it. When was it?
It was Saturday. Yeah, I should.
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about it.
Yeah,
How did it go? That was Birdwell's first deal, right?
Yeah. You know, it was good. There was some good sessions and some good networking. Of course, the best thing was just like lunch at Big Truck Tacos. I mean, getting to hang out like Scott Hazelwood. I mean, and I've known him a little bit, but it's great to get to have lunch with people. You know, you just get to talk to them. That's one of the best parts. So
you said it was a lot of direct instruction up there, though?
No, there wasn't overall, I don't think. I just like, we all do that all the time, right? I don't know. I just,
Pull into teacher mode?
I don't know. What happened, and actually I think it was good, there was a wonderful librarian named Ashley from Enid, and she was doing Minecraft EDU, but had questions about stuff or whatever. So anyway, we ended up showing that stuff. I think it met her needs, and it was the kind of thing where you wouldn't have had a regular district PD about that.
Right, definitely.
It was. I think it was okay. But
and all Oklahoma City employees can get PD credit for this.
Oh, they can?
Through Avatar, we added it. I got my lady to add it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I know you can get PD credit anyway. We could send out something for them, but through Avatar, if you're an Oklahoma City employee, you can have. We have it entered into Avatar or Next Generation Learning or whatever.
Okay.
So that way. Hey, how are you?
I'm great.
Yeah, better be careful. That's my son's bedroom. Watch out, son. You're on a recorded Google Hangout. You can come out of your room. Okay. Well, you talked to Eric about the Wi-Fi, so we should be good for that. I mean, that's the main thing. Because that relates to Stillwater. They had wanted, and Toby, got us one user ID, and I think it worked out fine. We got all our devices on, but I really want our Ed Camp OKC to be in a K-12 school, and I talked to Julie, in Oklahoma City. Yes, right. And she agrees because OU had requested, to host.
Who?
So anyway. OU, the College of Education, had requested to host the Ed Camp OKC. And if they want to do their own, I think that's great. But it's really good to have it in schools. So, for a lot of reasons.
Right.
But it was good. And I'm telling you, they have their playground. They have an EdTech playground with a MakerBot 3D printer, and they had like a Microsoft Surface table. And I love their glass. They were like whiteboards, but they were glass. And I got the name of what they'd ordered, and just, all these ideas and the furniture, and it was a really cool space, yeah. So it was neat. That's the kind of thing that's neat to be there, right? You have to be in that room to experience. So that was cool. So, but yeah, I think, I don't know. I mean, I just felt like last time, I don't know. I would like, this is like selfish, but I want to get more. Like, I do want to teach and share with people, but I want to get to hang out with Nessa and get to hang out with you and just. I think if we do too many rooms or whatever, so I say let's plan on like 2 rooms.
Okay.
And
I got us the whole hallway again, just so that we'd have access in the whole hallway, but
okay.
We can use the 2 rooms, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, we can use 2 rooms, but we're going to have internet in that whole hallway is what we talked about again. So that's C Hall.
I think if we identify those apps in advance, turn on the camera,
now they changed the way I have to add the apps. So I can add them ahead of time, but if we could get a list of those, that would help me out a bunch. That way I can have that if we go in.
Why I think it would be good to not be totally Ed Campish, because if we just go ahead and set up our our schedule, then we can pick those apps and.
Right. I mean, it's not that hard, but I mean, it's not. Remember before, like it was internet based. Now it's a MacBook runs each cart, and so it's not difficult. But I just need to know a little ahead of time because I can't go on boom, boom, boom and send it.
Right.
So, and then the Chromebooks won't be an issue. It's the same way I have them set up, numbered, so people can check them out, and we'll be on the network there.
Let's totally take advantage of that.
Yeah.
So let's look. I'm going to open up the planning doc. Well, maybe I can open it up in the Hangout. I should be able to do that, right?
Should be able to, yeah. I think you can go to your drive, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. And let's see. I think our assistant principal is going to come. She really wanted to come the last time, and I think she's doing it this time. All right, I'm looking. I've got all these things called Playdate, but no organizer. There they are. Okay, there they are. Select.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, we did a Google Hangout interview.
With a teacher candidate?
Yeah, actually, the teacher came in, and then the administrator Google Hangout in because she was in Norman. The timing of it, she had to be gone, so we did. It was like one-on-one here, and then the administrator was on this. It was pretty cool. And we did a Google Hangout in the. I did like a 5-minute presentation in a faculty meeting, just so everybody could see how easy it was. I sent the link out in an email. They clicked it. Everyone jumped up. Everyone was like popping in, and everyone's like, "Man, this is easy," because we're doing a lot of collaboration right now. We're trying to. Oklahoma City's focusing on getting multiple aspects on stuff, and so having like Google Hangouts or something like that to use.
That is great. Are you talking about? Yeah. Okay. But it'll be about 20 or 30 minutes then.
Okay.
All right. My daughter would love to see a new movie every day. She's living in the right time because if she was born 20 years ago, she wouldn't get to live her dream, but now she does.
A movie every day?
Well, she doesn't, but she would like that.
Yeah.
I would say she's going to become a movie critic. She just loves movies.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Oh. Okay, so I'm trying to get organized here and try to bring up our schedule.
You're good.
Let's see how many sessions we did. Okay, yeah, we just had three sessions basically.
I wonder is it a document I have probably?
This is actually, yeah, if you click on the Google Drive tool now. I should have it open. It says Playdate OKC Organizer Notes. Can you see the doc? Because I've got the doc open at the top now.
I don't know why it's not letting me. I don't know why.
It doesn't.
Oh, haha, yes, it's there. Yay.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So, yeah, so we've got 3 sessions. So let's just, I mean, you've got the Wi-Fi's taken care of, the building access. I think we can talk logistics a little bit, and then let's just fill in the session period.
Okay.
I think we probably want to provide people a little more detailed map as far as parking and the access, because it'll be the same where they'll need to come around to that front room or the front area, and we can have somebody stationed there as far as pointing in people.
Right. It'll be during the morning too, so it'll be.
Right.
Are we doing 9 to 2? Right? Is that what we decided?
What's that?
What day are we? What day is this? Is it from 9 to 2? Right?
9 to 2, right, on a week from Saturday, on the 4th.
That's what I thought. Okay, I was just like...
Yeah. That's a good place to start.
Oh, yeah. I didn't mean it.
So I'm thinking logistics-wise, it would be good to have a sign at the back entrance on the doors.
Okay.
So just to say, coming to Playdate,
Definitely.
go around the corner, basically.
Okay.
So having some little signs will help, and then a map of where to park, and enter, so we can do a little graphic that I can send.
Okay, so like maybe I can look something up on Google Maps.
Yeah, I think so. Just well, or maybe even your building map. I think you did that for us last
I
time.
did the building map, yeah, but I didn't know if that was good enough or not. That's what I didn't know what you were saying.
Yeah, if let's just get that again, and then let's just kind of draw where to park, with an arrow for people to go around. Say, don't come in here. I mean, now that I've been there once or whatever, kind of know that with the active entrance where everyone's going to naturally gravitate to is not the one.
That Saturday school starts that time too, so there'll be people at the door, but you can just say you're with the Playdate. A lot of events that go on Saturdays, they go on the same time as Saturday school, so it's not not an issue.
Okay. Let's see. I'll have name tags again, which I've got plenty of those left over.
Okay. I know that we have some just refreshments and snacks again. I know we've got that.
That's great.
I know it wasn't anything fancy, but I think that's good enough for what we're doing.
Should we do some kind of not speed dating, but just some kind of activity as far as helping everybody get to know each other? Because it's going to be a small group again. I mean, I think it's, we're never going to have everybody come. We have 15 registered now. I mean, I'm thinking we're probably going to have about 15. I don't know.
Right.
But should we do?
What did we do last time?
I think we just had everybody say their name, but it may be good to do something that's a little bit more than that, where
like
people
an
get to talk
icebreaker type thing.
Yeah, right. Some kind of icebreaker activity.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe we can think about that and see if other people have.
We could always do a bingo thing, with apps or the sessions we're doing, and find somebody that has used or knows how to use those.
I think that'd be great.
You know what I'm talking about? Like a bingo?
Like an app bingo?
Yeah, and find somebody that either knows how or has, and they have to sign there.
I think that'd be great.
Okay.
And then
because it also gives us information on who can help do what we're doing.
And when you have them sign, also, find out who they are, what they teach,
where they're from, what do they do? Yeah, totally.
But that would get a lot more interaction, and people would just sit in there. When people just sit at their tables and say their name, I mean.
The ETS lady that was here the last time, I ran into her down at OU, and I was like, I recognize you from somewhere, but I didn't know she was our Oklahoma City ETS lady. She was awesome, but it was just like, I know your face. And I didn't know we had as many Edmond teachers in that were there, so it was good.
We did. I mean, I'm so excited we're doing this, and I hope that we can do it once a semester, because
right. We don't ever have time to do anything like this on our own time.
Our schedule.
Oh my gosh.
Is insane this year. It's like
I feel the exact same way.
Morning, and that's it. So yeah, no time.
Exact same way.
We got to do something about school schedules. People are like, yeah, we need ways for kids to work more independently, and yeah.
Like Wi-Fi and I know we can't make one-to-one go, but something where the kids all had internet at home, because I know my kids, even the phones, some things are getting more mobile friendly, and I think it's helping a lot. Like this classroom stuff, they can access it through their OKCPS account. All our kids are on Drive now, all the Oklahoma City students, so that helps a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're all the OKCPS has a Drive for itself, so that way I can use Classroom, because you can't use Classroom unless you have Google Apps for Education. It's a strictly GAFE.
Okay. So let's brainstorm the sessions we think we want to do, and we can look at the tweets that they did, and then we can kind of plug them in.
Okay.
Definitely, you got the Chromebooks, so we could definitely do a Chromebook tips and tricks.
Okay.
But should we do the Google Classroom with that?
It's up to you.
About how we should break up the Google
Classroom. Google Classroom is pretty quick, but you can always add in the gradebook stuff, like the Flubaroo, the add-ons. I know Flubaroo. That's about the only add-on I've used myself. I know that one of my other teachers is using Doctopus or trying to.
And then, we could introduce those things and then give people time to play with them. That's really what we want to do.
Definitely.
So
we could have some sort of form like set up too that they could see how it works, so I could do something. Yeah, like the Flubaroo, like it just grades it just by having somebody answer it or whatever, saying there.
Like a short demo. Here it is, and we could do several things, and then just say, here, let's play with those. And if we could set up a Google Classroom actually for Playdate, couldn't we? Could we?
I could set one up. Yeah, I can just add one.
Yeah. Why don't you do that? And that way,
you know what? You gotta have. I think you have to do HTTPS email.
It has to be with your domain. Okay.
Yeah.
Well. Oh well. That'll be a demo.
That'll be a demo. Yeah.
So we can do Flubaroo, maybe Doctopus. I have not done Doctopus, but I have done.
Yes, that one.
Autocraft. So I can do the Autocraft.
Yeah.
And you can do the Flubaroo?
Yeah, I can do Flubaroo.
Okay. And then if somebody, who's the person that knows Doctopus?
Cottingham, Ben Cottingham, he's a teacher here, but I'm not sure. He got it from someone else, but.
Okay.
We'll see. I don't know that he's coming or anybody. I mean, I don't know who all is going to be here or not be here. Maybe we can.
What would be your preference for something you want to?
I don't know. Every time I think, I just feel like I'm just learning something by talking to people, and we talk about apps and stuff.
Well, we do have an app. We said we're going to do an app smackdown at the end.
Okay.
But we could also change around our schedule though, and.
Well, if we did like an app smackdown, I don't know.
You could do an app smackdown around a theme, and then you could have playtime, and that's where we could have some of those apps pre-installed. I'll tell you, I think that EduCreations has done major updates. Like their icon is totally different.
Icon looks different. I haven't played with it, but it does look different.
And I think that audio too. I think it's Audio Boom. I just saw it today on my iPads, and I was like, what is that? It was on the dock. Like my most important apps are on my dock. I'm like, what is this? And anyway, so I think they've updated. So.
Okay, and then obviously the iPads. Well, I don't know if mine are 5s yet. They might not be updated yet, but they may be. Depends on what. I haven't. We've been Chromebook crazy for 2 weeks. Like I am in love with the Chromebooks. No lie.
Well, being built from the ground up where you don't have to do the individual touches, that's got to be great.
Yeah. So, trying to think what else I could do. Oh, and I was just going to look at one of my feeds, what I was working with the kids on.
Here, switch your thinking. Don't think about what you can do. Think about what you want. Like, be selfish. What do you want time to play with? Seriously.
I don't know.
You probably don't have this app, and you may not, since it's a paid app. Maybe I could ask them to see if they could give us free licenses. Have you heard of Do Inc. or Doink?
Uh-uh.
Okay, I'm going to put this on the list, and I'm going to contact them to see if I could get us free licenses, because it's an animation app, and this summer I learned how to do green screen with the iPad. They have an awesome iPad app, which is so fun, which I could bring my green.
Like that, even like that, and the alternate reality stuff, like where you make some of the stuff. Like I don't know a lot about that.
What do you mean by alternate reality?
Or whatever it's called. Not alternate reality. Huh?
Okay, the augmented reality.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah. Or the what was something else somebody posted on Twitter the other day, and I looked at it and I was like, I'm not sure if I've heard of that or not.
People said Minecraft EDU. The challenge with that is, like, we may want to do that when we could go to my lab. Like, we could have one at our school, because I have that on.
You have, like.
I have 35 machines. It's installed, and the servers are there and all that. I think it's too hard to do that if you're not set up for it, because it runs Java, and you have to.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah, So I think we could. I would say let's do that in the spring. We'll plan to do some Minecraft, and maybe we could even host it at school.
AR, is that the augmented reality stuff?
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
So this Shelly and I got to go to Vermont for a week. We took the kids 3-day drive out and back. It was a crazy road trip, but it was a STEM conference, and I had not done a lot with green screen, but they found these green screens on Amazon for $150, which have a 3-light setup. And anyway, I've had a lot of fun with that. But the other, and the kids are, because you transport yourself wherever and you can do the video. But this Do Ink animation, it's something that I've ordered for my class. But you can make all these different animations to put, that you put into videos. I could show some examples, but it's definitely one that I don't know it yet, but I want to play with it.
Totally, let's add that.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Definitely, like anything like that I don't know. It's like out of. I'm a science teacher, and I don't know. I guess I don't ever post them. I try to. I mean, we try to do like the slide, like try to be creative, but I don't know a lot about those options to tell the kids even that they can do them. Yeah. And so being able to have that a little bit of knowledge would help me that as an option.
Right. Well, what else? What do you want to play with science? Do you because another way that we could think about this too, I guess, is you could kind of do an app smackdown, or you could share like several apps. Like we could come up with a list of like 3 or 4 apps. Do little quick demos of them, and then have playtime, and so people could play with those apps.
Trying to think of what else. I just got something the other day that I want to look at more, but I don't know what it's going to be exactly. But I don't know how useful it is. It's called Get It. GEDDIT. It's like a learning check at the end of class, like your kids give you a 0 to 5, but instead of 0 to 5, they actually check in with you on this thing, and at the end of the day, it sends you a list of kids that got it that day or didn't get it.
Okay. So spell it again.
GEDDIT.
Okay, so this would be a great little combination of apps. There's Get It. There is Socrative.
Socrative.
Socrative, right?
Yeah. I don't know if Get It's an app. I know it's on like the computers, but I can find out if it's an app.
Okay. Well, I mean, can it work on the iPads? Do you know?
It might, but I know it definitely works on the Chromebooks.
Okay. So Get It, Socrative.
Yeah,
I can say for my wife.
It works on
Google
phone
Forms.
too. It works on any web-enabled device.
Okay, that'd be a great session.
Okay,
what is the what's the other app that starts with a P that like shares your PowerPoint and everybody sees the same thing?
Nearpod?
Yeah.
I don't know the other one. I think your wife knew the other one, but I don't know what that one is. I know Nearpod.
Well, I've used Nearpod and Socrative, so I'm thinking that Get It, Socrative, and Nearpod would all be related. Where we could do a little demo of those different ones,
right?
And then play with them.
Right.
Okay.
Trying to think what else. Oh, and then something else, like you've talked about Book Creator, but like, and I don't know if this is the right place for it or not, but I know people are moving to, at least for the science, they're moving to like the creating your own books with open sources, like CK12. I don't know if anybody knows anything about that.
Oh,
but I'm working on, I worked on making like a botany book for my class, because I don't have a botany text. I have a biology book that has some botany stuff in it and some zoology stuff, but I kind of just I searched through CK12 and found all these different sections and kind of bound them together electronically for a reference for kids, and they can access that through that Google Classroom link.
Right.
So, something like that, like more information. How do you go through that? Like if somebody else knew something more about it than I do.
Well, I mean, that would be. See, I'm looking at this going, let's just do 3 sessions, and then everyone can just come to them. Because showing people CK12, talking about open educational resources, exploring virtual manipulatives, like Utah's virtual manipulatives for science and math.
Oh my gosh!
Fantastic.
I want to see those. Like, okay, I've just taken. Actually, I don't know if I'm too so loud, but like I just took one of their tests through Utah, I think, one of their sample tests, and it was all virtual experimentation, and you could click on it, and then you graphed your information. It's so amazing.
like that stuff that's the interactive labs and interactive, you know, like the manipulatives like you'd have on your desk, but you can do tangrams or I forget all the names, but I mean that kind of stuff. Like that's a big thing we should be doing with our devices. You know, those interactives that you can't do them if you don't have a computer.
Right.
So okay.
Okay.
All right, we could put Google Forms in this one with Get It, Socrative, and Nearpod.
Yeah, and I use a Google form for I use a Google form and then I use Flubaroo to grade it.
Right.
So it works both places. We might just touch on it there, saying we'll talk about that later or something, you know, whatever. But like I actually just made like their vocabulary quizzes. I switched from where, you know, they had the vocabulary and they'd write down 1 through 13 and they'd write the word out. Well, then the first week with it, they had to spell it, and then the spelling wasn't exactly right, so that they didn't get it right. So now I went and made a drop-down list in Google Forms. Like, so it's like a word bank, just a drop-down word bank. And I like 70, 80 quizzes graded in 5 minutes. Like, they're done. I can enter them in the grade book now, and we took it today.
That's with Get It?
Huh?
That's with Get It?
That's with Flubaroo.
Oh, that's with Flubaroo.
Yeah, use a Google form.
But I've used Flubaroo, but does Google Classroom take the place of that? Does it have Flubaroo functionality?
No. Like you have a separate, like I have my drive, I upload stuff. Like you can't really, I just put a link to the form, just like you'd share any form. I just put that link to my Google form on the classroom page. And then the kids click on the link, and then it takes them to the Google form, and then it goes to my drive.
So maybe the Google form should go in the Google session instead of the Get It Socrative Nearpod.
Okay. But we can always touch back and say, you know, you can use Google Forms to do stuff like this too.
Right.
Like Socrative stuff. You definitely can, because that's obviously
maybe we should do the Chromebook one after that. I don't know.
Okay.
I just, you know, I'm looking at this going again, like, I don't want to make 2 great sessions in session 1 because I'm going to want to go to them both.
Right.
But it also depends how many people we have. Maybe we can look at that. And if, like, because if we have over 25 people, which I don't know that we're going to have, then we use a second room.
Right. But otherwise than that, we could stay. And if somebody got to talking and they wanted to go test something out, they'd have access to those other rooms.
Totally. Yeah, exactly. If somebody wants to do an ad hoc, like we could have these planned, and then it'll be kind of like Ed Camp, you know, fill in this board, and if you guys, that's perfect. And somebody says, hey, we can even do that in the kid like brain. I mean, the first thing is we can kind of have a brainstorm a little bit and say, hey guys, this is what this is what we talked about. But then these are breakout rooms that are open and available. So is there anything you guys would like to put up on the board? And then people can just go and do it. And that way we don't have to feel like we have to do it. So that's kind of like, it's a little pre-planned, but it's also Ed Campy that way.
Yeah. I like that.
Okay, I do too. Because
we have the benefit of being such a small group still, like playing, that we can use like 1 or 2 carts and have them checked out, and we have the resources here. Everybody can have access.
It's great. It's wonderful.
And the only thing I would say, which I think pretty much everybody would have a Gmail account by now, but that would be the only thing to get into the Chromebooks. You'd have to have something associated with Gmail.
But that's important, so we can make sure everybody brings that when they come.
Yeah.
Okay, and then maybe we can. So in that first class, I can bring, or you have butcher paper, don't you, in the lounge or something, or the. So maybe you can. Butcher paper, like, because you have 3 rooms or 4 rooms? How many classrooms?
They turned one of the computer labs into a classroom now, but we have one. There's 4 or 5 rooms, I think, actually, is what I gave Heilman. So. Okay.
Well, why don't you bring 5 butcher paper pieces? We'll write the room numbers on the top of each one, and we can put those on the wall of that first room when we do our or whatever icebreaker, get to know you activity. Yeah, and we can keep the main room will be like the planned, the planned room or whatever, and we will follow that format where we'll have a few different people kind of do some quick app shares to introduce those, and that way one person's not having it all or whatever, but we'll just kind of swap out. And then it'll be playtime with those tools. But the other rooms will be available for anybody to break out, and we can, Yeah,
so maybe we can tweet out that, like, if you're coming and you want an app to try out, a free app to try out, let me know so I can have them added.
Right, exactly. So the only ones that we really have that would be apps apps to pre-install.
Yeah.
Would
Nearpod.
be Nearpod, Socrative, but although that does work in the browser
It does
too.
work, yeah. It's the automatic one, just like Socrative. You just go to the web browser.
But
Nearpod.
Socrative does have an app though, doesn't it too?
Yeah, they do.
Okay. And then
Nearpod has an app. And then I think I've already got Sheets, Forms, not Forms. I think Sheets and Docs and Drive, Chrome on all of them should be on there. So.
Yeah.
Which is that what it's called? Book Creator? Is that the one I want?
There's a free one that lets you do one free book. It used to be you just had to buy it, but they have a free version that will let you create one book at a time.
Okay.
So. And
the only other thing that I would like, and I don't know if this is the right place again, but we're trying to bridge the kids' learning. And if we're able to track data somehow with some of these activities, like if anybody has any hints or tips about data tracking, because that's where we're going, I think I know that's not fun, but if it makes our life easier, then we have more time to do the fun stuff. And it also gives evidence to why that fun stuff supports the learning in the classroom.
Sure. Okay, so you're just talking about like data tracking you talking about a digital portfolio, or are you talking about something that's more
anything people are doing? I know that Mastery Connect's awesome, but I can't afford it. But
my wife is using, she's using a couple things. Lexia, they're using for all their reading, tracking and stuff like that. It's a huge
house course.
Yeah, and then they're having, they're
they
doing
have stuff for math and reading. They do tons.
Khan Academy.
Science is.
Well, and maybe that could also be something that we did in the app Smackdown.
Okay.
So we could ask people to do, well, it's not just data tracking, but differentiated
definitely.
instructional apps, right? Apps that give you where you are with your math or with your reading, but then, you get the report to say, oh, West finished this level, and he's...
What's kind of cool about that Get It thing is because the Get It lets you, like the kids check in with the Get It, and then at the end of the day you get that. Now I haven't started using it yet. I'm hoping we'll get getting it, like it's ideally in a one-to-one classroom, or at least everyone with a mobile device. And the kids really like the idea of it. I will tell you that. They were like, instead of raising your hand 0 to 4, I understand this and that. They're like, no, we could do this. And I was like, yeah. And so then you can go back to that student the next day and say, hey, what aren't you getting here? So.
Well, I like the idea of setting up the sessions with, quick little outcomes and quick little demos, and then, turn loose for play. And we'll have one track planned out for the main room, which maybe will be all we do, but we'll have the butcher paper up.
I think like the smartboard and smart clickers are like overdone PDs a little bit, like in the regular schools. But I mean, we have access to those too if somebody's needing something like that.
Okay. You know what? I have a whole set of those in my closet that I just inherited, and I've never used them.
Which ones? Smart?
They're smart, yeah.
I used mine a bunch, and then I started using Edgesoft for the test, but I still like it, like to do a quick, like formative assessment, like just right there, and then it gives you the data and it loads it into a grade book.
My kids would like it too, but of course that's the prep thing too. I don't know. I mean, I've never even played with them at all. So. Oh,
there's an anonymous mode that if somebody wanted to play with the clickers, I mean, we can do it quick too. I have those too.
Okay.
It's like there's all these things to use, and it's like figuring out what works for people. So.
But the thing is, you also have to be introduced to them enough that you're like, oh, okay, I can pick that up, because like
I'm telling you, I have winged it on so many things, but that's like me willing to try it. Like, but that's a lot of people, like you said, you have to look at it and do it a couple times before you. I'm still new. I'm still like, okay, I'm gonna try that now. And if that doesn't work, I kind of just, I've got all these things I want to try. It's just a matter of.
That's a personality trait that I think principals should screen for, because the more teachers that are willing to, try something out, try this, see if this works. I think it's key.
Yeah, we got the Chromebooks Thursday, and I had them in my classroom on Friday.
That's awesome.
It was because we had to I actually just had happened to start setting up my classroom and didn't know my Chromebook. We didn't know the shipment was coming in that week, but we set up the classrooms like on Tuesday, because you can set up with OKCPS. They have to go in outside the Chromebook first to sign their SSO, and then they can log on the Chromebook. Well, I just so happened to do it like Tuesday with the iPads, getting them all into classroom, and so we were ready to go on Friday when they came in, and we were like going through it. It was awesome. It was awesome.
That's great. Well, I'll be excited for you to share that, and I mean that session is going to be awesome. Just learning what you've done so far with Google Classroom, and then. And
I want tips.
Most people do not know about Flubroo, Doctopus, and I wouldn't have messed with Autocrat. It's one of these things when you go to a Google Summit or whatever, the Google events, they give you a million things, but until you need to use it. And like with this, I had 53 applications for the Makers Club, and I wanted to send a custom letter. So I was like, I know I've heard of a way to do that. Oh yeah, Autocrat. And anyway,
very cool.
Then I'm
looking, that's really good, because I think that would be good for like everyone to know, administrators even, like to be able to do that.
Well, back in the day when Microsoft Office was what we all did, mail merge, and you did an Excel spreadsheet with a formula, and there used to be these things that people did that are just, mail merge is, it's vital. I mean, yeah, it's good. Okay, I am happy with this. I'm liking this, this track, and we've got the Ed Camp vibe going. And we'll just kind of have to, we'll just see what our...
Where's Ed Camp going to be this year?
Well, I hope at Piedmont. In fact, I need to talk to the Piedmont people, because we had been approached about OU. Well, that's what I was saying, that Julie Gathright and I would talk about it, and she really felt it needs to be in a school, too, rather than a university. I mean, they want to have one at the university. That's great.
Yeah, but they've got access to things we can't have in a high school. I mean, I don't know. Not saying that, but...
Yeah, no, it does. It's a different environment. There's benefits to that, and I understand it's exciting. But just like Stillwater, if they have somebody who wants to head it up and do it, that's great. But yeah, so Piedmont was the one we had talked to, and I'm going to go ahead and talk to them, as well as reach out to our organizer group. I'll send an email, and we need to basically get that firmed up, and then start, pushing out the flyers, and because we have the weekend.
Yeah, and I'm going to send out that one you sent us the other day. I'm going to try to get that out tomorrow to all the staff here.
Yeah, so. I printed it yesterday, literally, and was going to put it in boxes, and didn't, and I'm going to get it out to ours, too. So, hey, we'll just pick up hopefully a few new people. We're going to have, 10 or 15 people. Our exchange student from Germany arrives that day. My son went to Berlin this summer. It's been a month, and so the boy he stayed with, he's coming to stay with us for October, so that's the day he comes. So I hope he comes after this is over. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
My wife. I'll stay, but anyway. Okay. Hopefully she'll get to you.
Okay. Hopefully he'll just wait and come a little bit later.
We'll just get you later. Just stay at the airport. No.
We'll figure it out. We're playing. We've got stuff to do. All right. Well, yeah, I think I'm good. I feel better. So.
Yeah. Okay. So, and if not to put too much on you, but if you can do that map or whatever, if you want to pull,
I will.
Or if you want
those
to me too, but and then I think then some signs. So.
Do what? What was the last thing?
Some signs. Yeah, just some signs we can say.
Sure. We can get that. We have it on.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
And then maybe we'll get a volunteer to see who wants to kind of man the door. We'll get somebody else so none of us have to be there. So actually, I'll put that down. Volunteer to staff the door.
Okay.
That way they can be there with the name tags and direct people down the hallway.
I can talk. I mean, I might.
What time should we be there? Like 8:15.
That's what I was thinking.
8:15.
Yeah.
Okay. Organizers arrive 8:15. All right.
Yeah, and I could probably. I mean, some of my kids just come to do seat time for Saturday school.
Right.
So we could talk. I might be able to get a couple of my seniors to man the doors for us too. So I'll visit with some of them.
Okay. Well, if that works, or
or we could have somebody do it too. But I'm just saying, the kids usually are pretty happy to help me. So.
okay.
But.
All right. Anything else you can think of?
I don't think so. I think we're good. Are you good?
Okay. That's great. Well, it's great to see you, and I'm looking forward to coming to your house again. It's cool. Thanks so much for hosting. It's just
Yeah, of course. What's
for many
that?
reasons. You're the perfect spot for many reasons to host.
Okay, good. We're glad to do it. I mean, yeah. So I appreciate that.
Sounds good. Well, hang in there.
All right.
Don't stay at school too long.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Wes.